Hello everybody, I'm Michael Wybrow, and in this short video I'm going to talk to you about testing for mobile apps. So we haven't really talked about testing so far in the unit, but testing is a really important part of development for all software, especially anything that's non-trivial. And it's something that needs to be performed throughout development, and you need to test all aspects of the application. So this includes models, like data layers, functionality, the UI, the overall user experience. And if you're in a company developing large apps or complicated apps, you're going to find that they have entire departments dedicated to quality assurance and testing, and this is going to be a regular part of your job in developing mobile apps. So as an app developer, we need to make sure that the testing is performed correctly and succinctly, and we want to make sure that it doesn't affect development time and that we write the software and make sure it works the best that it can. So some things to think about. We're going to talk about tests at 3 different levels and see how these can be integrated and utilized within our development workflow. And this is unit tests. And I mean, the pyramid over on the side obviously represents the number of tests. And unit tests mean testing individual small pieces of functionality. This might be testing individual methods of a class or individual combinations of functionality of methods within a class. Then you get to integration level tests, and this is where you start having multiple classes or class instances that are interacting with each other, and you're testing that interaction. So that's testing the different components of the app and how they work together. And then we have UI tests, which is even if you've done testing before in other units, UI tests are something that you might not have worked with before, and this is also important for us to make sure that parts of the user interface don't break, and it means you don't have to use every piece of functionality within the app each time you make a change in order to make sure you haven't broken anything. Some things to think about when writing test cases. You want tests to be fast. Why? Because we want to be able to run them really frequently and make sure they don't impact the time we spend on development. Ideally, you want tests to be independent. So that is, they shouldn't be influenced by outside functionality. And this is generally how you should be writing your classes and methods anyway. Make sure they're not influenced by other outside functionality. But when tests are independent, it means that if they fail, we know that we can pinpoint exactly what has broken. Tests should be repeatable. They should always give the same results. You want things to be deterministic. And again, this is so that when they break, you know exactly what they relate to. You want to make sure that tests are self-validating. You shouldn't need to interpret the results of them to understand whether they're correct or not. That's something you want to be able to automate, and that way when we make a change to the code, we can just run all our tests and check if they passed or failed, and you can do that very, very quickly. And tests need to be timely. That is, they should be written at the appropriate time in the development cycle. Don't leave them till the end, because you're going to spend more time writing and debugging code that your tests could otherwise catch. Okay, thanks for watching.